So this is the Vivitar 75 to 200 millimeter zoom lens, which I really like this lens. It's cheap. It was like $35 or something I mentioned before. It was made to be operated with AAA batteries, so that's why it has this weird bulge. But yeah, I'm finally gonna use it with this camera this weekend. It's the JDC 34 camera, baby. This was a mistake, I mentioned that before. The adjustable flange is glued to the body, so not bad. Oh, here we go. Now it's actually passing through. Yeah, this lens is really fun. Problem is, with the 5.5 crop factor and the 200 millimeter zoom, no stabilization, no IBIS. It's really brutal to use this without a tripod. And I mentioned the weird shape, so it's hard to design a holder for it. But what I'll do is I'll just take a picture of it head on, and then I'll trace the shape of it. I'm going to design like two rings, and then the bolts, two like bolts hold it together, and then there will be a nut underneath, which you screw this in until it's tight, and then that's like the bottom, and I have to get that right, where it's like, the way it sits is flat. Yeah, that's what I'm working on, is I got to design this thing, clamps down, and then it just holds the weight, the weight is like right here, so designing something that clamps around here is not that bad. This one right here, this camera is way lighter than this one, because this is a Pi 02, so yeah. I'm also going to design a hood. I'm going to design this thing in the same color as this because I like that color. But the hood is going to be in black. It's like this. Because you don't want it to be bouncing light around. Alright, so this is a tough shape to model. It wouldn't be tough if this picture was head on, but it's not. So it's like when I try to draw a circle, like say this is the middle, it doesn't line up. Like this circle here, this circle here, so it's like yeah, anyway. Yeah, this is like really bad. Look at how I'm eyeballing this angle. Like I'm like aligning the bottom of the camera with the red, and I'm like, yeah, that looks like it's the right angle. See this slope here on the right. This is a quick test print to make sure it can fit around this thing. Then I'll split it in half and design the bolts and the nut holder at the bottom. This is a pretty crude fit, but it's good enough. SketchUp doesn't make like pretty circles, so you can see those weird gaps. And I'm supposed to be learning FreeCAD. I initially signed up for Fusion 360, but I saw a demo of FreeCAD. I was like, oh, it does everything I need. And it's free! It's in the name. But yeah, so I'm going to expand this a little bit, do another print. It takes like half an hour to print this thing. Then I'll use that for the basis of the clamps. The clamps! Wanted to briefly mention, this is what I'm going with. I was sitting there at Lowe's, and I'm looking at these packages, I'm like, why do they not match, man? There was one package. Initially I was going to get wing nuts, but it was like there were 4 of them. It's like the bolts, there's 12. I'm like, what the hell? And they were like the same price, $4 wing nuts, $4 for all these bolts. And I found this one, which is 10. It was $4. I'm like, why? Why is it 10-12, not 10-10 or 12-12, Had these weird ass numbers like 8. I'm like, what is going on here? And I was sitting there for a while, and I've got the camera apart because the those Nikon, well, not the Nikon, but the adapters in general, they like really grab onto the like the CCS ring, and then it like twists against the camera, and it like ripped the camera off the body. I mean, that's a design problem. Like when I designed the pegs, they weren't thick enough and they just sheared right off the body, so that's what made me glue. This was a rush job camera. Like I built it in 3 days, you know. It's like the body, I printed this in one go because it took 26 hours to print all the parts. So I really did not want to like do that again, but anyway, that's why I've got it apart right now to fix the camera board. Another thing I wanted to point out, I don't know if you can see, but there's so much hot glue holding this charger board, and it gets so hot that it still like melts this glue and shifts, and I had to like take a soldering iron and dig in here so I could put the cable in to reach it. Man, that hurts. So the next camera is definitely gonna take that into consideration. Like there's gonna be a dedicated like box, and it'll have a thing on the end where it can't go inwards when you push the cable into it, and it'll just be tied down. I don't really like using zip ties, but I'm also not gonna sit there and design like a locking box to hold this charger. Yeah, I mean that's what happens when you buy cheap things, you know. In this case, the thing gets so hot that it melts, you know, hot glue. It doesn't fully melt it, but it melts it enough where it's soft and it moves. Now there it is. So this hole that goes through, the nut goes underneath, same on the other side, bolt goes down, clamps around the lens, and then the tripod 420 nut or whatever is right there. Okay, so I already messed these up, but there it is. 2.8. Oh, I hate them when you get like super glue on your fingertips and you can't feel them because they're just like smooth. These holes right here were a bit too big, so the nuts are kind of free spinning around. I just glued them down because compression is going to keep them together, so they just have to be there. There's the tripod nut right there. I just super glued it. It has a lot of height so the bolt can go into it. And then this is the other part. Is it that way or this way? I don't know, I gotta look at it. This notch right here, it goes around here. It's like a specific, or oh yeah, like that. Let me tighten it up. This is so difficult to screw together. Oh my god. These like nylon nuts. Just sitting here like, God, my freaking hand hurts. At least once you get it started, it's not as bad. There's our tripod mount. Nut is right there. I'll mount it on a tripod to get a better look. Well, that was pretty bad. It hasn't dried yet. And I attached it to the tripod and it just fell right off. I was like, whoops. Yeah, funny. That is like where all the stress is, that nut. Shearing surfaces. I guess I'll let it dry. Damn, this looks profesh. Like it's exactly like level. Like this is the tightest. What is this one? This is pitch. No, that's pitch. Yeah. So like, right. It's not exactly level, but it's close enough. You see the bottom of the camera, and then the level of the mount. Yeah, that's cool. I like the matching green and blue, man. That's pretty sick. The laziest tripod mount, man. 2 clamps, but it works. So the next thing I have to design is a tripod hood, which this lens, sorry I'm making a lot of noise with this paper. This is the zoom ring, so it doesn't like do anything, it doesn't move the thing in and out, but the focus does. Is that the focus? Yeah, it is the focus. So my idea is to design a clamp like this, although it's just like a snap fit. It goes there, then the hood like extends outwards, and then I'll be able to focus underneath still. So I'm working on this design. You can see what I'm thinking about. I only have one free hand, which I'm using to hold this up, but keep this image in mind. In your mind. It will connect right here, and then there will be a space here because I have to, this thing slides forward and back, and my hand has to be able to go like halfway to do the focusing. It was funny, I had the ND filter on here and like rotating it, I thought I was rotating it as a whole, but it was like rotating it as I was turning it, so I was like, why is the image so dark? Anyway, I took that filter off. Alright, so this is surprising. This long piece of paper, I put it on the end, and it doesn't matter. Like, if I can zoom all the way in, all the way out, it doesn't see the edges. That's crazy. I mean, that might just be how, you know, angles work. It's like a very, it's not wide field of view. Alright, so this is what it's looking like, which there's no like science reason for this. I measured like the diameter of the lens, did a test snap print, and then it's not like a full circle hood. It's only like the top for the sun. And then I also took off some, it's crazy though, this thing is 4 inches tall, right? It's gonna take 6.5 hours to print it. It's like, oh my god. This is pretty funny. I'm working on the video mode, kind of failing at it actually, but I like, it rolled over like this. Oh, I guess it's not enough. Wait. Oh, I can't do it anymore. Oh, there it is. Yeah. That was just funny. That was like perfect timing. I was like, oh! No. Sad times. So I think when I was screwing around, like dropping it, I broke the micro USB on this charger, which is unfortunate because I like literally hot glued it in there. Just fine, I can take like the soldering iron and, but oh man, it's deep in there. Alright, so this might be like a tad excessive. Damn, look at that thing. Whoa. And the fit is good. Well, let me make sure this doesn't... So yeah, it's like... Oh! Hear that? Alright, and then... this is hard to see. I need light. So right down here is the focus ring, and it goes in and out. Like, see, it's here. Okay, this is a little hard to do. Twist it. Now it's all the way over there. So yeah, there it is. Cool. Yeah, this is like, I don't know. Would have been fine just like this long. I don't know. Whatever. It's done.